They show strong interest in topics that align with their personal agendas, but tend to disengage from discussions that benefit the broader community.
Well, that's fundamentally a cheap shot. There were three projects that was interesting to me that I thought we needed to address. Number one was the water. We're currently using 48 million gallons of water a year to water our landscaping in Trilogy, and we're using drinking water. Same water goes into your house. Uh, that is an egregious waste of natural resources, and it's my understanding that the town of Gilbert will be fining Trilogy for excessive use of water. Uh, and it's expensive. Our water bill next year is predicted to be like $500,000 a year based on our usage. I had a strong interest in converting Trilogy's landscaping to reclaimed water. Now, reclaimed water costs 20% of the cost of potable water. And I spent a ton of time trying to track that down because it's not as easy as just changing hoses on a hose bib. There's a lot of moving parts to make that happen. So yes, that was a big interest to me. That didn't seem too interesting to the rest of the board. I was concerned about our roads. The fact is, all of our roads are built to MAG standards. MAG is the Maricopa Association of Governments, which means that every road in Maricopa County, whether you're in Glendale or Scottsdale or Surprise or Chandler or Gilbert, they're all built to the same standard. Now, the reason they're built to the same standard is because all those roads have to be able to carry a fire engine, a garbage truck, a school bus, an ambulance, a car, as well as regular traffic. And so they're all built to the same standard. And I was concerned that Val Vista Lakes, which is built a little bit before Trilogy, were replacing their roads after 40 years, and Trilogy is replacing their roads after 20 years. Now, why is that? And I was trying to get to the bottom of that, also trying to get to the bottom of the cost on that. We have the ability to tag on to the town of Gilbert's road construction contracts. The fact is, we pay an excessive amount of money to have our roads repaired in Trilogy because what's a lot of road for us is nothing. I mean, if we're doing a half a mile of road, that's a big deal for us. It's nothing for the town of Gilbert. When the town of Gilbert gets a bid, they get a bid for 50 miles. And so we could get the 50-mile price by tagging on their bid. And the board had zero interest in that. They wanted to stay working with Michael and the people that he selected and overpaying. And I don't mind overpaying for things sometimes because sometimes I do to get something a little better. But the fact is the roads in Trilogy are a disaster. And there's just questions there that I had a keen interest in that I was kind of, pushed back on. And so, yeah, there was a couple of things that were very important to me that I focused on. The third thing that was important to me was finding alternative sources of revenue for the community so that all of our money didn't have to come from our homeowners. I understand that we have something called inflation. And that's why the Social Security gives us all cost of living raises every year. And it's based on the CPI, the Consumer Pricing Index. To me, our dues should not, unless has to be a very good reason for it, our dues should not increase more than the cost of living every year, unless we're buying something that we don't have. But I mean, it shouldn't be just a prophylactic way of going forward on business, which is why I voted against the budget for the community, because I said I wouldn't vote for more than the 2.5%, which is our cost of living increase. Now, my thought on that was that there are other forms of revenue that we can bring into the community. The notion that Trilogy's got plenty of money, it's just still in your pockets, doesn't work for me. I mean, there are things we could do like food trucks, like renting out some of our property, like the ballroom and the cafe, will save us money. One of the things that I got slapped down hard from Greg was we are subsidizing the Santan Press by $8,000 a year. Now, we are also spending 47 cents per issue to mail those to every single house in Trilogy. Now, if we instituted an opt-in program where people who wanted it mailed at home could still get it, but people who was willing to pick it up at the clubhouse could do that, we could save at least $8,000 a year, maybe more. So at least it became a break-even process. And when I told Greg that, I said, well, we can save 47 cents a piece. I mean, just on postage, we could save at least enough to break us even. And I talked to Greg about that at one of our events. And for some reason, that hit Greg wrong. And he said, that number is bullshit. And I said, no, I got that 47-cent number from Earthlets. I'm pretty sure it's accurate. And he just stormed off. But even something as minor as savings as that would have, I mean, I can't think of many things that have less of an impact on the residents than offering up the option of picking up the Santan Press or having it mailed to you. And it could save us money. And why in the world that would be an issue for Greg, but it sure was. And so that's the other thing that I was pushing on. What color we paint the light poles, I don't care. But those were things that were important to me that I wanted to see incorporated. Ran for the board of directors in Trilogy because I really wanted to help save something, because we need to watch our finances. Most of us in Trilogy have friends that made more money than we did during their lifetime and have a lot less now. And that's all I'm saying. I want us to be careful with their money.
Those who were all
Yeah.
cost driven.
Yeah, yeah.